Good day, everyone. Today we are going to discuss gathering statistical data and organizing data in a frequency distribution table for group and ungroup data. Collection of data is an important part of statistics. Data should be collected in a manner that they are accurate and convenient to use because data is a collection of facts or information. And they may be gathered using the following methods. We have here conducting surveys, observing the outcomes of events, taking measurements in experiments, and reading statistical publication. Now, there are methods used in collecting data. These are the methods used in collecting data. We have the interview method, the questionnaire method, observation method, and experiment method. Now, let's define them one by one. So let's have first interview method. This method of collecting data is an oral or verbal communication where the interviewer asks questions in any mode. It could be face-to-face, telephone, or virtual to an interviewee. The person gathering the data is called the interviewer, while the person supplying the data is called the interviewee. Next, we have the questionnaire method. On this method, data is gathered through a set of questions that is mailed or handed to respondents who are expected to read and understand them. And the respondents then write down the responses in the space provided. The accomplished questionnaire is then returned for appropriate processing. Now let's proceed to the observation method. The data on this method are gathered either individually or collectively by means of observation. The person who gathers the data is called an investigator, while the person being observed is called the subject. And the last one, we have here the experiment method. This method is used when the objective is to determine the cause and effect relationship of a certain phenomenon under controlled condition. After gathering the data, we need to organize them. If we don't do this, we might miss important information about the data and may result to difficulty in interpreting the data that we have gathered. That is why we need to understand frequency. Frequency is the number of occurrences of a data kung kapila ni balik ang data. And we have here the frequency table. Of course, we need to create frequency table. Frequency table is a table that lists items and shows the number of times the items occur. So, ipakita sa table kapila ni occur ang data. We have here, frequency table helps us to record, clarify, and easily find what we are looking for our data. And we have also here the tally table. Tally table is different from frequency table because tally table uses tally marks like this to record data, while in frequency table, numbers are used instead of tally marks. So let's proceed to the steps in constructing a frequency table for ungrouped data. First, we make 3 columns, arrange the data in order in the first column. Step 2, make a tally. Step 3, count the tallies, then write the frequencies. And step 4, total all the frequencies. We only have 4 steps for ungrouped data. So let's have example number 1. Below are the results of a survey about the favorite colors of 15 students in a freshman class. What color is the most favorite of the students and the least favorite color? So we have here the colors green, violet, yellow, red, black, red, yellow, green, white, white, yellow, red, red, black, green. So so we have here the colors green, violet, yellow, red, black, red, yellow, green, white, white, yellow, red, red, black, green. So step 1, we need to write the colors in the first column. So we have here the colors green, red, yellow, violet, white, and black. Step 2, make a tally. So the tally is on the second column. We have here the green, we have 3, 1, 2, and 3. The next one, the red, we have 4. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And for yellow, we have 3. 1, 2, 3. For violet, we have only 1. For white, we have 1, 2. So we only have 2 for white, and for black, we also have 2. 1 and 2. Step 3, we need to count the tallies, then write the frequency. So in the third column, we have here the frequency. So kung pila ka tally marks, maupod ang number sa frequency. So for green, we have 3, red, we have 4, yellow, we have 3, and violet, we have 1, white, we have 2, and black, we have 2. Step 4, we need to total all the frequencies. So the total is 15. So based on the table, it shows that red is the most favorite color and violet is the least favorite color of the 15 students. Now let's have example number 2. An airline asks their service. The table below shows the ratings of 24 passengers. Make a frequency distribution table of the data collected. How many passengers gave a rating of 3 and below? So these are the service ratings. We have 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 2, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 3, 3, 5, 3, 5, 1, 2. As 5 as the excellent, 4 very good, 3 good, 2 fair, and 1 is poor. Okay, so let's do the solution for the service ratings. Step 1, write the service ratings in order. So in first column, we have here the service rating. We have excellent, very good, good, fair, and poor. Step 2, make a tally. So we have the second column, the tally. How many are excellent? So let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we have 6. How about very good? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5. For good, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 5 also. And for fair, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We also have 5. And for poor, we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 3, 4, 4. Poor, rather. Next step is to count the tallies, then write the frequencies. So we have the frequency here. The tally, we have 6. For excellent, very good, we have 5. Good, we have 5. Fair, we have 5 also. And for poor, we have 3. Step 4, total all the frequencies. So if we are going to total all the frequencies, the answer is 24. The rates of 3 and below consist of good, which is 3, fair, which is 2, and poor, which is 1. Their frequencies are 5, 5, and 3, respectively. Adding these 3 frequencies will result to 13. The number of passengers who gave a rating of 3 and below. So meaning, from good to poor, there are 13 passengers who gave a rating of 3 and below. The word data refers to information that is collected and recorded. It can be in the form of numbers, words, and measurement, and much more. So now let's proceed to group data. So we have here the steps in constructing a frequency table for a given and group data to be transformed as a group data. Group data is the type of data which is classified into groups after collection. And group data, which is also known as raw data that has not been placed in any group or category after collection. But for this one, we are going to focus on group data. Step 1. Determine the range. Range is the difference between the highest value, which is H, and the lowest value, which is L, in the set of data. So the formula is R is equal to H minus L. Step 2. Determine the desired number of the class interval or categories. The ideal number of class interval is somewhere between 5 and 15. Step 3. Determine the class width or approximate size of the class interval by dividing the range by the desired number of class interval. So we have the formula class width is equal to range divided by class interval. Or in symbol, we have W equals R over CI. Step number 4, write the class interval starting with the lowest lower value as determined in the data. Then add the class width to the starting point to get the next interval. Do this until the highest value is contained in the last interval. Step 5, we have here, tally the corresponding number of scores in each interval. Then summarize the results or sum up the tallies under the frequency column. So let's have here example number 1. The following are the test scores of students. Construct a suitable frequency table. Use 6 as the desired number of class intervals. So we have here the test scores of students. So let's make a solution using the steps for group data.
Okay, so the solution for example number 1 is this one. Step 1, we need to determine the range using the formula R is equal to H minus L. Now we need to identify the highest value from this table. Kaning naadere. So from what I see, the highest value is 40. So we need to write 40 minus, and the lowest value is, we have here 10. So this is minus 10. So we have here the range is equal to 30. Now, the class interval is given. It was mentioned a while ago that we need to use the class interval 6. And in step 3, we need to determine the class width. So we have the formula W is equal to range divided by class interval. Our range is 30 and our class interval is 6. 30 divided by 6 is 5. Therefore, our class width is 5. Step 4, write the class intervals starting with the lowest value as determined in the data. So, starting with 10 as our lowest value, and with the class width of 5, so the class intervals are 10, to 15, 16 to 21, 22 to 27, 28 to 33, 34 to 39, and 40 to 45. Step 5, tally the corresponding number of scores in each interval, then summarize the results or sum up the tallies under the frequency column. So we need to create the table. So we have here the scores, the tally, and the frequency. So the scores are 10 to 15, 16 to 21, 22 to 27, 28 to 33, 34 to 39, and 40 to 45. So that's the scores. Now the tally, we need to identify how many scores are in 10 to 15. So in 10 to 15, we have 10 to 15, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 8 rather, 8, 9, 10, 10. So we have here 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. For 16 to 21, we have 16 to 21. 16 to 21, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For 22 to 27, let's check. 22 to 27. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 4. So we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 28 to 33. 28 to 33, we have 28. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for 34 to 39. 34 to 39, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For 40 to 45, we have 40 to 45. 1, 2. So we only have 2. Therefore, the frequency here is kung pila ka buktali marks. So 10 to 15, we have 10. 16 to 21, we have 9. For 22 to 27, we have 4. For 28 to 33, we have 6. 34 to 39, we have 4. And for 40 to 45, we have 2. And we need to total this, the scores. So the total, 10 plus 9 is 19. 19 plus 4, that is 23. 23 plus 6, 26. 26 plus 4 is 30. What happened? Naisayop. Let's go back. Ten plus 9, this is 19. 19 plus 4, this is 23. 23 plus 6, this is 29. 29 plus 4, this is 33. And plus 2, this is 35. So the total is 35. So we can say that this is the table for the test scores of the students using the group data. If we are going to group the data of the test score.
Example number 2. The following are the weights in pounds of grade 7 students. Construct a frequency table using 7 as the desired number of class interval. How many students weigh more than 100 pounds? So these are the weights of grade 7 students. Let's make a frequency table using the steps for group data.
Okay, now let's solve for example number 2. Step 1, determine the range. So the formula again is R equals H minus L. So let's identify the highest value and the lowest value. The highest value, as we have seen in this table, is 118. So therefore, 118 minus, and the lowest value is, as we can see here, it's 80. So 118 minus 80. So our range is equal to 38. Step number 2, desired number of class interval. As we can see on the figure or on the problem, it is instructed that we are going to use 7 as our class interval. So the answer here is 7. Step number 3, determine the class width. So we have the formula W equals range divided by class interval. So this is 38 over 7. The answer is 5.42. Now, in ruling, bisan pag less than 5 ang next sa decimal point, we need to round this up to 6. Bahala gamay sa 5, basta kung naay decimal point, automatic round up. So step number 4, write the class intervals using, so we need to write the class intervals using or starting with the lowest value as determined in the data. So we have, so the lowest value of the data we have here is 80, and our class width is 6. Therefore we can say that the class intervals are 80 to 86, 87 to 93, 94 to 100, 101 to 107, 108 to 114, and 115 to 121. Now for step 5, we need to make the table for us to tally the corresponding number of scores in each interval. So let's make the table. So we have here the weight in pounds, and we have here the tally and the frequency. So we have here the weights 80 to 86, 87 to 93, 94 to 100, 101 to 107, 108 to 114, 115 to 121. So let's identify the weights from 80 to 86. 80 to 86. So 1, 2, 3. Let's check that again. 80 to 86. 4. So we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 87 to 93. 87 to 93. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 87 to 93. 7. So we have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 94 to 100. 94 to 100. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 101 to 107. 101 to 107. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have here 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 108 to 114. 108 to 114. So we have here 1, 2, that's not 2, this is 2, 3, 108 to 114. 3, 4, 5. So the answer here is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 115 to 121, we only have 115 to 121, we only have 1. Okay. So the frequency here is 4, 7, 10, 9, 5, and 1. So let's total. The total is 4 plus 7, this is 11, plus 10, this is 21, plus 9, this is 30, plus 5, this is 35, and 1 is 36. So the total is 36. So to answer the question, how many students weigh more than 100 pounds? The students who weigh more than 100 pounds are those in the class intervals 101 to 107, 108 to 114, and 115 to 121. Therefore, there are 9 plus 5, that is 14, plus 1, that is 15. So there are 15 students who weigh more than 100 pounds. Students who weigh more than 100 pounds.
For your activity, we have here match column A with column B. Write the letter of correct answer on a separate answer sheet. So we have here column A and column B. Column A, we have number 1. Nick stood outside a movie theater and asked many of patrons if the movie they saw was good. These are the possible answers. Number 2, Mark used the Sloven's formula because he don't have an idea about how a population is going to behave. Number 3, Mrs. Smith got the students' final examination scores in her math class for the past year. Number 4, Asher observed students entering classroom for a class and recorded whether the first half of the students who arrived for the class chose to sit in front of the room. And number 5, we have here Leo gave each member of the class a cookie, some from recipe A and some from recipe B. Then she observed which students returned for a second cookie. This is for activity 1. Activity 2, identify the concept described on the following statements. Choose your answer from the box. So these are the possible answers. Number 1, the number of times an observation happened. Number 2, this is a method of gathering data where subject or subjects are watched by an investigator. Number 3, this method is used to reveal cause and effect relationship of a phenomenon. Number 4, it is a table that lists and shows the number of times an observation occurred. Number 5, this method requires an interviewer to orally ask questions to an interviewee. For activity 3, you are going to make a frequency table without grouping the data. So we have here the situation. The sales manager of the company recorded the number of computer units sold by each of the 25 sales agents. So this is the data. You need to construct a frequency table without grouping the data. How many computers is sold by the most number of sales agents? So you are going to answer this. What is the least number of computer units sold by sales agents? And for activity 4, the following data represents the weights in kilogram of 40 students in a public school. So construct you are going to construct a frequency distribution using 7 as class width and answer the questions how many students got the highest weights and how many students weighs at most 53 kilograms. That's all for today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have learned something.